In the heart of Texas, businesses are growing and opportunities abound. But in many rural communities, young people leave to seek higher wages and better prospects. Reinvest was created to change that.
My name is Diane Cook. I'm the Chief Operations Officer with Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area. When we were looking at Reinvest, one of the things that we noticed in our more rural counties is once students graduated from high school, they would leave the county to either pursue higher education or pursue other employment opportunities where maybe the career trajectory was higher or the wages were higher. And what we wanted to do is change the model of how people are being trained and what types of careers they can go into.
Local employers face a severe shortage of skilled workers, and young people are leaving their communities. This gap impacts both career paths and the local economy.
So what we first did is we started talking to the employers in our rural communities and identified the skills that they were needing, that they were looking for in their employees and in workers to fill their jobs. And our thought process was if we changed the training model by bringing training providers out to the rural communities, the individuals in the community would be less likely to leave the community. Students graduating from high school would have better opportunities for career pathways and wage progression. And we really wanted to be responsive to the requests that our employers had.
Reinvest is an employer-led initiative that brings training directly into rural communities, tailoring programs to meet real-time employer needs.
Our thought process is that we would use what we learned from those employers to bring training into the communities, and those employers then who participated in the focus groups and in the industry sector partnerships would have the opportunity to interview students as they were going through training, to offer employment for those students and ensure that the training that was being provided was meeting the needs of the positions that were available.
I'm Gail Davalos with Workforce Network Incorporated. We are the backbone organization for the implementation of the Reinvest grant through Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area. I oversee the training programs. This grant has helped us expand, especially in the skilled trades area, whereas before we had this grant, we were training 12 plumbing apprentices and 12 electrician apprentices, and it would take us 18 months to do that under a smaller grant. Now we have expanded those programs to 3 times as many students in half the time. So over the term of the grant, we will train about close to 80 skilled tradesmen in plumbing and electrical, and we'll do it in half the time it would have taken us at 12 at a time. So we have truly expanded those. Also under the licensed trades, we were able to add a new trade, and that's HVAC that we added during this, and so we'll add another 36, taking that skilled trades number up to close to 100 people over the life of this grant, which is 3 times as many as we were doing before. We've also been able to add programs such as bookkeeping. We've added a very customized program specifically for accounting-based occupations such as bankers doing loans and credit analysts. And we've also been able to add CDL, the commercial driver's license. In that space, we did not have that program at all because it was difficult to start up. There's new regulations about training programs. Under this grant, we will train 120 CDLs, and those trainees, those students will have to be from our counties and work for our employers. So we are really filling a high demand occupation where there are extreme shortages in all of these fields.
My name is Russell Thornhill. I went through the class and got my CDL. I was stuck in a job that I didn't really have much opportunity to move up and progress and get out of the same spot I was in, so I didn't really have any room to just create a good work career and good process to move up. So.
My name is Robert Hunt. I'm the president of TDS Truck Driving School. I've worked here 35 years. We're now at our Giddings location, and we're getting ready to take one of our students for a drive and explain some things of how we do road training. Our enrollment numbers has started to really go up thanks to Rural Capital and the grant program. That alone has really helped, mainly because of the funding source. That's one of the biggest things when people try to enter short-term training programs is, the funding availability. So this grant's really helped that project a lot. We really hope that each day we're here, more and more people and employers in our community that may have a need for training CDL drivers can reach out to us.
Hi, I'm Janice Bruno. I am currently the Executive Director for Career Tracks in Smithville, Texas. Our focus, of course, was in 4 different sectors. We focused on healthcare, skilled trades, which includes your electricians, your plumbers, CDL, HVAC, and welding. And then information technology, and then we had the banking sector as well. We would work with those employers to ask them, hey, what are your needs? As far as then trying to pair up the training to the students. So then it was a matter of, okay, let's recruit the various students so that we can pair them up with then getting a job.
I'm Tim Oles. I am on the Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area Board and the president of Baylor Scott & White in the Hill Country. Well, a couple of things with the sector partnership that's been helpful. We have 2 subcommittees of our partnership, and one is working on getting to the local schools and interfacing with students and helping to teach them about health careers and helping them to understand what all the various training opportunities there are out there. So they're trying to help fill the pipeline. And then we have a second group who is trying to attract current residents, current workforce folks to see if they'd be interested in being part of healthcare, or they may already be licensed and are looking for a place to work. And so that group is focusing on marketing opportunities, doing job fairs, and that has been kicked off here recently in terms of job fairs. We had our first one, and we were very fortunate that we had 2 hires coming out of that job fair. So I think just keeping the word out there is the big focus of our sector partnership. What I'd say to other employers is you get out of it what you put into it. So it's been a great experience for us.
The Reinvest model is having a profound impact, creating career opportunities, strengthening local businesses, and uplifting entire communities.
Hello, I am James Forrest. When I first moved to the Hill Country 8 years ago, the challenges we had here were qualified people to hire. All the trade programs are the hardest ones to fill because we don't have a good pool of players, but at the same time, we hadn't promoted the trades like we should. But now with this trade program, we're seeing guys that are really educated. You don't have to take a prep class. They can take the test, get a license, take care of their family, and it's been a huge success. I got involved because I was complaining, and my dad told me, don't complain unless you're going to get in the game. So I got in the game. It was fantastic. We've trained so many people here now, and it's so good to see these guys with licenses starting their own businesses and being able to take care of their families. And main thing, they're giving back to the community, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud of what this program has done in our community. Golly, this year I think we're going to have 5 master plumbers, and they hadn't had 5 master plumbers in this area in a long time.
I was overwhelmed with my life being consumed by work instead of having a satisfying job and being able to be home. It was challenging trying to balance working full-time and doing all the classwork, but I knew how important it was for me, for my future, but that just balancing that, and I don't even have children, and it was still a struggle, but the program made it accessible. They provided an evening class, and they provided a time frame that would work with my full-time work. I do bookkeeping, and I work for a local CPA, and completely love what I do every day.
My brother-in-law is the one who pushed me. I think he saw something in me that I didn't even see, and he's like, hey, Lamar, I think you should go be a plumber. I saw this program. I think you should go give a shot out. That's when my brother introduced me to this program, and I was like, you know what can I lose? I can't lose nothing. All it could be is just nothing but a whole lot of gain. That's like what I learned from as a child. It's like anything that comes in your life, it's always going to be a plus or more gain to yourself. The uplifting part of it is I'm learning a whole lot. I'm getting a whole lot of knowledge, and I'm learning things that I would never thought I was learning. And then the downside of it, I play in my head a lot. As in, I'm like, oh, I'm 47 years old. I'm kind of late in my game doing this. It feels like a young man game. And then I'm like, you know what? No, you're not that old. You still have a lot of life in you, a lot of youth in you. You still could give back and everything.
With a proven model and strong partnerships, Reinvest is building the local talent pipeline that drives economic opportunity in rural Texas. Investing in training means investing in the future.
Reinvest is a huge positive for our community. Like so many rural communities, there's just not the critical mass to have all of the educational resources right here in the neighborhood. And by working and getting funding for students to be able to get their education outside and then coordinate locally as much as possible to provide them with experiences helps to build our local workforce. And we simply could not offer the same opportunities to young people who are looking to get into healthcare careers, or those who've been in the workforce for a while who are looking at healthcare as their next career. We just simply couldn't do it without the training and collaboration that comes out of a Reinvest program.
So through the implementation of Reinvest, we've seen small business growth and expansion. We've also seen families earn family-sustaining wages and be put onto a career trajectory where they will continue to progress throughout their career. But the other benefit that we've seen through the collaboration of small businesses working with school districts, working with higher education partners, is this idea that a rising tide lifts all boats. So the community itself is growing stronger. We're seeing the community strengthen. We're seeing more interaction. As a result of bringing together these stakeholders through industry sector partnerships, we're starting to see the impact of that expansion on the economy. So not only are we supporting the small businesses that are currently there, there's economic development opportunities that are being created. The idea of economic expansion, ensuring that we're creating opportunities for businesses to grow or expand into our rural communities. And the way that we've been able to do that is by providing a workforce that is skilled and ready to meet the needs of those businesses that might be exploring expanding into our rural counties.
By keeping talent local and addressing real employer needs, Reinvest is empowering workers, strengthening industries, and fueling the economy of rural Texas. Together, we create a ripple effect of opportunity. One community, one partnership, one life at a time.
So the best part of it is knowing, one, that I can provide, two, knowing that it's something I enjoy, it's something I like doing, so I can look forward to getting up and going and driving the truck instead of getting up in the morning going, man, I gotta go work at this stupid job. I get up and I can enjoy my profession, enjoy what I'm going to do.
Progress in every heart we enshrine. Reinvest the rhythm in every Texan rhyme, and Paul in rural Texas. One job